Hey y'all, today we're going to make turkey and dumplings instead of chicken and dumplings. And Saturday we had a meal at our church and I took turkey, and what was left, we had a turkey sandwich, and now we have a little bit more left over, and I was trying to think what to do with it besides like a turkey pot pie, and I thought, well, why not try turkey and dumplings? So that's what we're gonna do. And so I'll bring you down so that you can see. And here's the pot I'm going to use, and I'm going to turn it on high to get started. I have about 6 cups of water in here, and I'm going to pour that into my pot. And also in here is where I made gravy from the drippings of the turkey. And I just love turkey gravy, but I have some in the freezer, or I would freeze this. And I thought, well, I'll put this in the turkey and dumplings, and I think it'll be really delicious in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the dumplings, and that'll thicken them up and give them really good flavor. And the gravy does have seasonings in them, so I have to remember that when I'm flavoring up the water. But this is all the turkey that I have left, and it's white meat and dark meat. And I was going to put a bag of frozen mixed vegetables, but I went out to get it and it's not there. So really the only thing I have to put in is celery. I wish I had some carrots because I really love carrots in dumplings, but this will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and add the turkey and the celery. And give that a stir. And you know, your dumplings will absorb the water, so this won't be near as watery once you put your dumplings in. But I'm also going to add some sage to this. And that was a good tablespoon of sage I added. So what I'm going to do now is just let this simmer for half hour, 45 minutes. And I'll come back and we'll make the dumplings and get those put in. So I'll see you back shortly. Okay, we're back, and we're going to make our dumplings to go in our turkey and dumpling recipe. So I'll bring you down. In this bowl, I have self-rising flour, and I want to say there is a good 3 cups of flour in here, simply because we love the dumplings better than the chicken or turkey or anything. We really love the dumplings, so I'm making a lot. And hopefully we'll have some for lunch tomorrow. But to that, I'm going to add basil into the flour. You can use all-purpose flour if you want to. You'll just have to add salt and baking powder. And I don't cook very often with that, so I'm not sure the measurements, but you can Google it. And so I washed my hands and I've taken off my rings. To the flour, I'm going to add some fat. You can add butter if you want to, or smoltz, or whatever oil, whatever you prefer. I'm going to be using Crisco this time. I'm hoping to get a big, fluffy dumplings this time. So to this amount of flour, I'm adding this chunk of shortening, and I would say that this is probably 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to get this spoon out of the way. And if you have a pastry cutter, that would be great to cut this in. I thought I had one, but I can't find it. So I'm just using my hands. And when you put your hands into the flour and lard mixture, you just kind of twirl your fingers around the lard to get it to crumble into the flour. And that looks like it's pretty well crumbled. So now I'm going to add milk, and I hope I have enough. I believe I will. You'll want to not overdo it with the milk. You can always come back and add more, but you don't want to try to have to add more flour and fat and stuff to if you've put too much milk in it. So I can use a little more. And this is exactly how I make biscuits too. So if you wanted to take this and roll it out and make biscuits, you can. A little trick that I learned recently is if I will put a pat of butter down on my pan and then set my raw biscuit on it, and then put another little pat of butter on top of the biscuit, they are simply wonderful like that. The biscuit doesn't get too hard or anything while it's cooking, and it's just so good. So this, I probably should have got a more substantial bowl. If you can see, this one is kind of bending. And with that last pour of the milk, I got it just a little bit wet, but that's okay. It's gonna work out just fine. It's really just messy more than anything. It doesn't hurt the dumplings at all. So the dumplings are ready now. I'm going to take the lid off, and you can see hopefully that the gravy and the turkey and all that I did earlier is slowly simmering. And I'm going to add fairly large dumplings to the broth. Try not to stack them on top of each other or anything like that. Try to make them all the same size if you can. And you just keep adding these to your liquid. This one's wanting to fall apart a little bit. And you just get all of your dumplings in your pot. And I'm going to let them cook simmering about 10 minutes on the low simmer when they come back to their simmer. And then I'm going to cut them off, and I'm going to let them sit for about 10 minutes just in the water. or not the water, but the broth. And then they'll be ready. And move your dumplings over to make room for another dumpling if you start running out of room. Get this last one in there. And these are going to be big, but they're going to be good. So I don't want to mess too much with them and start to get them to tear up. So anyway, that's that. When this starts to come back to a little bubble, I'm going to turn it up to give it a little start. And I'm also going to shake a little salt and pepper on there, but my hands are dirty right now, so I'll wash them off and then do that. Anyway, I'll put the salt and pepper. I'll let it come back to a little very low simmer. I'll put the lid on it, let them go 10 minutes. Then I'll just cut the burner off, let them go 10 more minutes, and then we'll come back and try them. Hey y'all, the chicken and dumplings are ready, and we're ready to give them a taste. So I'll show you what they look like in the pot. I'll hold that up a little bit where you can see. And I put a lot of dumplings in there, so it is really full. And these are very light and fluffy. Okay, as you can see, they made really big dumplings. So I'm going to get some of the turkey and some of the broth and put on there. Okay, there's what it looks like. And now I am going to give it a taste. It's really hot. This is so good. I think the turkey gravy really has made it so good, and the dumplings are so fluffy and light. This is really, really good. I just hope that you're able to give it a try and like it too. It's easy to make, and it doesn't cost a lot to make either. So I appreciate you watching. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.